What is up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. This is the JC Money and Coach Craig Sports Show. I'm JC Money. This is my man Craig. We're here to talk a little bit of SuperDraft Pro.
I'm having a heart attack.
Oh, he's having a heart attack.
Yeah, there's 1 second left in this Kansas game. So,
yeah.
So they're down 74-75. Abaji drives in, gets the baskets, and they're up 76-75. Kansas State comes down. They miss the shot, and Kansas gets the rebound, and they foul them. So, okay. So this should be over unless they can score a three-pointer and points. God damn it, they call the timeout. Okay, we can talk some stuff.
He's like, oh, my chest. But anyways, we're getting a little SuperDraft Pro, some cash games, some guaranteed games. But tomorrow, just remember, tomorrow we're not going to be live, so we're still gonna have some information up. So make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following Craig on Twitter, because we're gonna put everything up on Twitter. So follow me at JC Money Design on Twitter, Coach Craig Sport on Twitter, no S. So make sure you get on there and follow us, because we are going to be posting stuff, so everyone at least knows what we're going to be kind of playing. But yeah, let's get into some of the stuff last night. And I had a good game. I mean, I had one game that took first, and would have took first almost everywhere, I think. Yeah. I mean, in the $4 game, I was over. What was that?
I'll say too with tomorrow, just make sure you're on top of all the injuries too, just because there's a lot of news that's already coming out for tomorrow. A lot of guys that are out or questionable and stuff too. Anthony Davis is a big one. He's questionable for tomorrow. Doubt he plays, but yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you definitely basketball too, as we always remind you.
There's plenty of sources you can follow, like on Twitter too, whether it's Fantasy Labs, somebody else, I can't remember, but I use RotoWire a lot, their website. So if you go out, just search RotoWire NBA lineups, and they'll show you and you just update that throughout the day and just check on things. They'll give you a lot of the information too. Okay, so Kansas won. Thank Jesus.
All right.
Sometimes
so Craig can stop having a heart attack.
I can breathe again. Looks like we got David up in here.
What's up, David? And I'm sorry. I mean, you and I are going to be a little bit off here, because I mean, I have terrible internet where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
But we're going to be working on fixing that. I'm going to get my girl hooked up with some better internet here soon, so we can be podcasting here. But yeah. What's up, David? I hope you at least followed one. I mean, if you would have hit on what I had last night, it was awesome. Because I had a game that it would have, if you would have been in a $20 one, I mean, if I would have stuck with that $15 one, I would have took home a shit ton of money.
Yeah, Nigel up in here saying Jayhawks barely got through. Great game. Does SuperDraft Pro have college basketball? I don't think they do yet.
Not yet, but there's in talks. So I've already mentioned it a couple times that they need to be having it anyways, because when it comes to around March Madness, it's going to be one of the biggest things that's out there, regardless of whatever sports are in right now. I mean, that's the biggest thing that's out there when it comes around. So they need to have it, and I have mentioned it to them, and I will probably remind them a couple more times because it's getting closer to March. So yeah, it needs to be in there.
Yep.
So we can get into some stuff from last night. I'll show you guys my line once we kind of get closer to us setting lineups and stuff. I'll show you the lineup that I had last night that hit. It would have took first place in a lot of places. It took first place in one of them, but
yeah,
nothing wrong with taking home $26 last night. I mean, I only think I paid, and that was on the nickel game. So out of 5 cents, I made $20. So you can't complain about that at all.
Nope. Yep, and we can probably even show that a little bit after we set some lineups today too, if you want, just so we have enough time to do everything else.
Yeah,
There's not a lot tonight, anyways. But
no, I was just looking up setting a blind, and I'm like, you really have to dig deep in this one.
Or you just play the same guys everybody plays.
David, hey, $8, man, it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
as long as you're in the green, and that's not money that you paid into. I mean, good.
Yep. Can't complain. Last night I got 56, so it was decent. It was like double money, but could be better. Could be worse.
Yeah, could be better. Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's get into some studs from last night.
Yeah, so Joseph Nurkic was pretty good. He had 62.25 points before the multiplier, 1.25 multiplier, 77.81 after the multiplier. Jalen Suggs was really, really good yesterday, 47 points plus the 1.65 multiplier, 77.55. Joel Embiid obviously had another monster game. And let's see. So he had 66.25 before the multiplier and then 69.58 after the multiplier. Miles Bridges, who I believe it was Nigel that was calling him out earlier yesterday, he really played well last night. So 55 points, 1.25 multiplier, 68.75. Special mention to James Harden, too, as well. I believe he had 71 points last night with a triple-double.
Yeah, he did.
I would have put him on. I was going to put him on there, but then I'm like, we'll keep Miles Bridges on there for Nigel, so.
Yeah, I'm sure he appreciates that. So let's get into some of the dart throws because I mean they didn't do like outrageously awesome, but I mean if you have somebody that's low, that mean anybody over 50 points, though we kind of give them some love.
Yeah, like there's nobody like dart throw wise that went like over the top last night. So like Jerome Robinson earlier, he had a really good game at 37.25, 1.8 multiplier, 67.05. Like he's a guy that most of the time he's gonna get you 20 points. So like most of these guys here, like are guys we weren't really looking at. I mean, DeAndre Hunter was on the list, I believe, or otherwise he's a guy I do talk about a lot just because he's been playing better as of late, which is kind of a surprise since his career development hasn't done a lot in recent times, but he's always been hurt too, so it doesn't help out there. Nick Batum, 35.75 points before the multiplier, 1.8 multiplier, 64.35 after the multiplier. DeAndre Hunter, who we just kind of alluded to, 32 points, 1.8 multiplier, and 57.6 points after the multiplier. Then Jeff Green had a good game all of a sudden, but yeah, he also fouled out in this game. But 24.25 points before the multiplier and 1.8 multiplier, 61.65 after the multiplier. So pretty solid day for him overall. Like I said, these were just kind of random ones. And like most of the dart throws that because dart throws on any given day, there's nothing guaranteed with them. So
yeah, I 100%
and
agree.
then I mean, like even DeSomo looked pretty good yesterday. He was a 2x, and I believe he got about 48, 50 points. So he wasn't bad by any means. He just wasn't over the top good like he's been a couple of games before that.
No, I mean, I like this. I like that Nick Batum call. I mean, I like Nick Batum did well.
Nick Batum.
Oh, sorry, Batum. Yeah, Nicholas.
Yep.
He wasn't Nicholas. He was Nick.
Well, he is Nick. He is Nicholas, but I just put Nick.
Yeah, so because he was on top of his shit.
Yeah.
Like who is it? The Jets quarterback. We always call him by his like full name. Like whenever he's sucking ass, we call him by his full name.
Oh.
All right, give me 1 second here.
Duds.
Yeah, we're getting the duds. I was kind of doing some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some of these duds.
So the best or the biggest dud yesterday was Cole Anthony. He was a 1.3. He had 15 points before the multiplier, 19.5 after the multiplier. LaMelo Ball, he was a dud mainly just because this game was a blowout, but 36.25 before the multiplier, 1.1 multiplier, 39.88 after the multiplier. Kyrie Irving, not the best game by any means, 35.25 before the multiplier, 1.15 multiplier, 40.54. And then John Collins went back to being kind of mediocre once again. But he looked like he had a little bit of foul trouble last night as well. Obviously, Clint Capella came back. He came off the bench, which apparently had jinxed into existence because I'm like, maybe Okongwu. I'm like, what if Okongwu starts? And then it was kind of weird, too, because Okongwu and Capella actually played alongside each other. It looks like about 5 minutes last night. But John Collins, not a very good night for him overall. And he was coming off a very, very good performance the time before that. So, I mean, we kind of mentioned too, there's a couple other guys there too. So like Clint Capella, Drew Holiday, but kind of felt like cherry picking, throw them in since they're coming back from injuries and they were coming off the bench also. So
then Nigel says, boo, LaMelo Ball. I mean, it happens. I mean, it does happen. I mean, he has been kind of having a little rough stretch here.
Yeah, but I mean, like they were winning by so much, he didn't really play in the fourth quarter either. So like say he gets 6 more minutes and he gets 7 points in 6 minutes and then he's at 43 or whatever, then he's not a dud. It's kind of something that happens sometimes. You have to be careful with sometimes when they're playing like these crappier teams. But I mean, like the Hornets aren't really a team that blow a lot of other teams out though either. So, but the Thunder can get blown out by anyone. So
if you got some injury updates, we should talk some injury updates. But here's the initial kind of look we have here for some of the players that are in play. And I mean, I was kind of looking through the players here, and there are some big names that are going to be out here that it kind of sucks.
Yeah, so I'll just go through real quick. So the Sacramento Kings, they already have their confirmed starting lineup too. So De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley, Rashawn Holmes. And so obviously Tyrese Halliburton is back from the COVID protocol list. It's kind of funny. He tweeted out himself. He's like, I cleared COVID protocol pretty much. But he like tweeted out like Tyrese clear Max or not Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Halliburton has cleared COVID protocol, but it was on his own account. It's kind of funny. So, but yeah, I assumed he was playing. He was questionable this morning. So you kind of lose the value off there of your Buddy Hield, your Terrence Davis, your Davion Mitchells, those guys that look decent at higher multipliers. Like one of those guys could end up hitting tonight still, but predicting which one it's going to be is kind of another question. Yeah. Because obviously Halliburton's going to be out there. He's going to probably play 30 minutes. So because I don't know if he actually tested positive or he just tested positive and was asymptomatic too, because he didn't miss a lot of time either. So for the Bucks, big one is obviously Giannis is not playing tonight. So that opens up a big hole. Grayson Allen is also not playing tonight. And Alex Caruso that he killed last night is not playing for like 6 weeks. I don't know if you saw that at all or not. Did you see that at all?
That's funny though.
Well, no. Caruso went up for like a layup. Grayson Allen blocks, and then he comes around and wrap around with the other hand and swats his wrist. And Caruso fell really hard to the floor. So it was a flagrant 2, and Grayson Allen ended up getting ejected. I'm like, that dude's got a freaking concussion. How the hell are they letting him still be in the game? Turns out he had a broken wrist. So apparently he played a couple of minutes after that with a broken wrist. But yeah, he fell really hard. And like in real time, it looked like that dude just died. It's like when you watch football. It's like when you watch football and a linebacker just takes out a guy. That's what it looked like. Yeah, so it was
that adrenaline can get pumping. That adrenaline can get pumping, and people can just not realize that they're hurt. You know, or they know they're hurt and they don't really care because they can realize that they can still play.
Yeah. So let's see. So
Mixon touchdown. Screw Mixon.
I like Mixon.
I mean, I didn't have him playing anywhere.
Yeah. So the Bucks starting lineup, obviously they've been starting Drew Hill, but Drew Holiday played more minutes last night. It is a back-to-back, and he's coming off that injury. So we'll see what it looks like for Drew Holiday. He could end up being a good play. He could end up not being a good play. If he's in the starting lineup, probably looks a little bit better. But now you got the question, who's going to start in place of Grayson Allen? Is it going to be Dante DiVincenzo? Is it going to be Pat Connaughton? Both those guys could end up starting tonight, so they could go Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Middleton, Pat Connaughton, and Bobby Portis. Or, Jordan Nwora could slip back into that starting lineup. And Jordan Nwora is your true definition of a dart throw. Because he's going to shoot the ball a ton. Just is he going to make the shots or not? Yeah. So he hasn't been in trouble in a long time. This is just kind of part of it's unfortunate, but it was excessive too at the same time. Like he had a really bad history when he was at Duke, and he did a lot of things.
I was going to say he went to Duke, right? That's why.
Yeah, but like in the NBA, he really hasn't. In the NBA, he really hasn't done anything really up until this point. There's been like maybe one or two little things, but I don't like dirty. I mean, Draymond's still way dirtier than Grayson Allen at this point. Draymond's just like kicking like Steven Adams in the balls and shit, going up for rebounds. And he did that in a playoff game. He like literally went up and just like kicked Steven Adams in the balls when Steven Adams was on the Thunder.
I was trying to remember who did that. It was a Celtics game. Somebody got popped in the balls, and it was like deliberate. Like somebody was trying to help him up, just like right in the balls. What are you doing?
Let's see. So going back to the injuries in play here. So the Thunder just without Vic Krevich, who doesn't play anyways. I assume I don't know. They have the projected start lineup of Baisley and Earl, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start like Robinson, Earl, and Derek Favors tonight against Cleveland, because Cleveland's going to play big anyways. Lamar Stevens expected to play or he's probable to play tonight for Cleveland. Doesn't really matter. Rajon Rondo is still questionable, but he hasn't been ruled out yet. So if he plays, it just kind of limits Darius Garland, like some of his potential assists. It doesn't make Garland a bad play. It just limits his overall upside, at least. Then the last game of the night's where the value could kind of be once again. Because, we got TJ McConnell, Domantas Sabonis, Miles Turner, TJ Warren all out for the Pacers. And then we got Brogdon and LeVert questionable once again. They both missed the last time out. I still have to say if I'm betting on one play, it's probably going to be LeVert. but could end up being none. Could end up being both. And then for the Suns, they're still without DeAndre Ayton, Frank Kaminsky, Abdul Nader, and Dario Saric, so no changes there at all. Like the Suns are just kind of that team on the slate. They're like everything. So like if you're playing on like DraftKings or FanDuel, they're priced pretty appropriately. If you're playing on like SuperDraft, their multipliers, pretty appropriate at this point in time. Outside of, blow up games from like one, if Booker goes out and has a 70-point game, or Chris Paul goes out and has a triple double again, or Bridges goes out and has 6 steals or whatever it was the last time out, like unless you have one of those, or Jay Crowder makes 6 threes like he did the one night, like those things can still happen, but they're priced appropriately at this point in time for what they would typically do on an average basis.
That's good though.
Yeah. But on a site like this, sometimes that's good. But then when we get value like we did with the Bucks, then kind of knocks it out the window a little bit.
Dude, Middleton's value was so good for a little while. I loved it. Shit. When he was popping off, he was like a 1.65 or like a 1.55 for a little bit. I mean,
that's Portis. That's Portis.
Yeah, Middleton was what, a 1.4? No, he was a 1.45 then at least. I know
he's always been 1.35 or lower.
Oh,
like the whole year.
Yeah, I know Portis. Yeah, you're right then. Yeah, it was Portis because I know he was
Portis
at like a
1.55 for forever.
Yeah, 1.55. Fuck.
Yep.
He was tearing it up. Well, I'm playing him tonight. Him and Middleton tonight, right? With Giannis. Giannis is out, right?
Yeah, Giannis is out.
Yeah.
He's got a knee injury, which means he's resting. He's resting tonight.
Well, let's get into it then. We can talk about some of these guards in play.
Yes, I mean, you got Darius Garland at 1.2, Chris Paul 1.2, Devin Booker 1.2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 1.25. They're pretty much all kind of the same tonight. Mix and match them. Josh Giddey at 1.45. If he has the upside game, he's probably looking pretty good. If he has a below average game, then, he's a guy that's going to get you right around 30, 32 points, which on tonight's slate is decent, but, that only gets you to 40-some points. Like you really want to get to 50, so you want a little bit extra out of him tonight. If that game stays competitive, he looks pretty good. If it doesn't stay competitive, then, yeah. It's just kind of the way the Thunder roll. Then Lou Dort at 1.65. We've seen games this year where he gets, and like up until, I believe, what was it, the last game or 2 games ago? I think it was 2 games ago because they just played last night and got blown out. Up until 2 nights ago, he was actually playing rather consistent too. So he was getting about 28 minutes a game, or not 28 minutes, 28 points a game. So 1.65, that's something you got to look at. So could be in play. He's a guy that can also get defensive stats, which count for a lot in this format. He's a guy that can shoot the ball okay sometimes. He's a guy that can shoot the ball terribly sometimes as well. But, he's a great defender.
I like the Shy G, man. A little Shy, the SGA, man. He tore it up for me. There's there's players that I just kind of start to fall in love with because they continuously make me money.
Yeah, so his thing is he's always like stuck at 1.25 just because like the blowout risk, like in every single game. Do they get blown out by the Cavs tonight? Probably not, but if they do, he doesn't look as good. But if that game's still competitive, then he looks pretty good. Like
once again, I came off of Van Vliet last night, and he actually did really well. I can't be doing that. Like my guys that win me money that I just like. There's certain times where you just got to look at them and you just got to be like, all right, you just got to be confident. And I'm like, last night was a game that I should have known that I should have been confident in him because of what the starting lineup was.
Yeah. So I ended up putting Van Fleet back in after Achua wasn't starting, but
that was my bad for not seeing it. If I would have saw that, then I could have took him out. Like Achua was one that killed me. I mean, Hachi was a dope ass fucking call by you, man. I appreciate that. Like him being in the champion spot. I mean, he wasn't the best champion, but I mean, he was the second best champion.
Was he the second best?
Yeah, he scored like 80.
Barnes was the best. I thought Van Fleet was the second best. I could be wrong.
And it was Hachi after that because I mean, he got me like almost close to 90 points.
And Montrezl Harrell was up there too.
Well, I mean, even you call it Caldwell. It's a Caldwell Pope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did well. He did actually fairly well for. I mean, compared to having Achuara in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I just played it like he was a guy that you play because his multiplier was good enough. It's just like you're gonna get you like 23 points without Kuzma, so it's like his multiplier's enough that it's gonna matter.
No, Hachi was a good call. I mean, nobody was on him too. I mean, I think he was only like a.
Yeah, well,
I have to
the
look at it,
problem
but it
with
was
him is
low,
like
really low.
yeah, I got off of him myself personally when he wasn't starting. I think I put Montrezl Harrell in over him, which wasn't like bad by any means because they were pretty similar. It wasn't that much worse.
No, if I wasn't him, Beal did a mediocre. It was like if I would have had like Van Vliet in there and I would have had Hachi in there, I think I would have been placed in a pretty good, even with having somebody in there that's not the starter.
Yeah, so we'll get over to the forwards though. So obviously Giannis isn't playing anymore, so we don't need to talk about him. So we got Chris Middleton at 1.25. Looks pretty good, obviously, without Giannis tonight. Has some more upside. I mean, you can throw Drew Holiday in that category, but I really want to see Drew Holiday start tonight before I would play him. There's just more risk with him coming back from that injury. He's playing limited minutes at this point in time. Then we have Evan Mobley at 1.3, who actually looks rather decent tonight. And then Bobby Portis at 1.45. Obviously looks better without Giannis tonight. Chris Duarte at 1.6. The Pacers got all those injuries. He was playing big minutes. He's been playing well. If Brogdon and LeVert are out once again, he looks even better. He looks like a guy that you're probably going to need in your lineup tonight if those two guys are out once again. But it just sucks because it's the last game of the night. And all these games are spaced out by an hour. So.
All right, centers. Not many.
Yeah, there's really not that much there. I mean, there's Jared Allen at 1.25, Goga Batazzi at 1.5. I mean, you can also play Evan Mobley at center if you want to do so. I think that's what I ended up doing in one of my builds that I built already. I'm trying to think of who else is even at center. Not that many people.
Hold on. There was somebody else that I was looking at too.
I mean, Bismack's 1.7 at like as a dart throw. You look because it's like Bismack, JaVale McGee, who's just not playing good, and then like it's just not pretty at center.
Hold on, I'm looking right now, and it is. Oh yeah, McGee. I was like McGee.
Because it's even worse. Because like in theory, actually, Rashawn Holmes is probably in play at forward now. Like thinking back, I didn't put him in play because of Giannis.
Like, would you rather have McGee or Biyombo?
I'd rather have neither. I don't trust either one at this point. But I mean, like, Biyombo can at least get. I don't know. Biyombo's been playing a decent amount, but
what about Len?
God no.
Oh shit, my bad. No, you're right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. There's like no one at center.
Well, the problem is Rashawn Holmes, like, if he was a center, he'd be in play tonight, but they left him at forward. And then instead we got Metu at center. I mean, like Metu and Bagley are split minutes. Like, it's just a mess. So yeah,
I like Goga. I think I like Goga just because you said the only reason he would have even you and I were talking about this earlier, and you said that like if he wouldn't have fouled out,
he got ejected, but he got ejected like at the end of it was like at the end of the fourth quarter or the beginning of overtime. I don't remember which.
Oh, then that
so, like, so he pretty much had a full game anyways.
Would have been I guess that would have looked a little bit different than if he would have been ejected, third.
It's not like Jimmy Butler getting ejected like 13 minutes into the game.
Butler. He would have had so many points.
Yep. It happens.
We have to fight another day.
Yep. Let's get some dart throws. So at guard, we got Justin Holiday, who's 1.7. Obviously, he looks a lot better if some of those other guys are missing once again. George Hill, 1.95. I mean, if he starts, he's a dart throw, but he had like 10 points last night before the multiplier. So not anybody I'm like super interested in. I'm trying to remember which positions. I think Connaughton and DiVincenzo are both eligible at guard. One of them, they're like 1.75, 1.8 range. So you could take a chance on them just depending on who ends up in that starting lineup for the Bucks, which I still don't think we have. I'll refresh the page once again, and we still do not have that. So they're in play as kind of dart throws if you want to go that direction. In terms of forwards, you got Jay Crowder, you got Mikal Bridges at 1.7. You're just hoping one of them has the bigger game tonight and Jay Crowder, he's probably going to have to hit threes if he's going to do it. Mikal Bridges, he's either going to have to hit threes or get a bunch of steals like he did the last time out. Marvin Bagley at 1.75 is actually pretty interesting tonight. He looked worse this morning when he had to go against Giannis because Marvin Bagley is not a very good defender, and he's probably going to get in foul trouble against Giannis. Now he's not having to go against Giannis defensively, at least. So should be out there on the court a reasonable amount of time tonight. And then we got Torrey Craig down at 1.8. In that starting lineup, we've seen what he's been doing for the Pacers team. So could definitely do worse than Torrey Craig. And I have a soft spot for him because his last name's Craig.
Hey, I appreciate that honesty.
But like he's a guy too, like sometimes he'll go out and get you 18 points. Sometimes he'll go out and get you 36 points. Like, but he's been playing decent the last 3 games. He's been in that starting lineup. He plays big minutes. Like you could you could do a lot worse than him. But it's still a little risky at the same time. So it could go wrong, but it could go very right. Come on,
I know, dude. Ryan Tannehill is a bomb, man.
Yeah, don't touch Ryan Tannehill. He sucks.
Man, I gave him a chance. Only because I have a soft heart for him, just because I like the finger roll drip. I appreciate the finger roll drip very much so. I figured, at least he'd have. I mean, he had a great game. It was 2 weeks ago, but
I guess
they're not really doing.
Don't mention it. We don't talk about that game.
I know it's against the Texans, but
yeah, we don't talk about that game.
It shouldn't matter. The Texans have done good enough. I mean,
I know
they've shown enough to where they could beat teams like Tennessee. Didn't they lose?
They beat Tennessee earlier in the year.
Didn't they lose the
Jets? Tannehill off 3 times the first time.
They lost the Jets too, right? The Titans did, didn't they?
Yeah. They lost the Jets with Derrick Henry on playing.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like it's not like it's anything like saying like, oh, they played against the Texans. Well, I mean, they played against the fucking Jets. They got whooped. So I mean, it's not like saying anything.
No, I'm just used to people be like, oh, beat up on the Texans all the time. I'm like, shut up.
I don't feel like it. I mean, you guys have one of the. I'm gonna tell you right now. I feel like Cook is probably one of the best. Brandon Cooks is probably one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, just because he can be with any quarterback, right? Any quarterback, and he still does. He still just put over 1,000 yards. This shit's nuts.
Yeah, he saw that 5-game stretch where it sucked, though. I mean,
who is this quarterback? It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, he's a quarterback. He's a wide receiver that can put up 1,000 yards with any fucking quarterback he plays with. Doesn't matter. He's that good. Like, imagine him with Mahomes or some shit like that, or with like Tom Brady. I mean, he was with Tom Brady for a little bit, but imagine him in Tampa.
He was with Watson too.
Yeah, with Watson.
He was already with him.
If he was
let's see.
I don't know what everyone hates on Watson. He was. I keep telling this, like, people were like, Watson wasn't even that good. I'm like, dude, he was the number 5 quarterback for 3 years in a row. Like, that's the most consistent quarterback play you can have.
He's really good. He's just a terrible fucking person.
Yeah.
He's gonna learn to keep his dick in his pants.
Or a thumb out his ass.
Yep. So let's get into building some stuff.
Yeah, I'm sharing it now.
And while we're doing that, come on, refresh Bucks lineup. Nope. Why they gotta do me like this?
Why you gotta do me like that? All right, let's see what we got here. Let me go to my upcoming.
I mean, when we went through the dart throws, you can throw Jordan Noir in there too if you want. I just have no desire to play Jordan Noir like ever.
No, me either. Especially what happened last time.
Because yeah, he's just gonna shoot the ball a lot, and if he doesn't make his shots, he's gonna suck. It's pretty simple.
No, he screwed me, so I don't play him. Why did you do me like that, Noir?
I told you not to play him.
All right.
I know you did.
Sometimes I gotta listen to my gut, and sometimes my gut is wrong. But Sometimes my gut's right because last night, I mean, Aaron tore it up, right? And you said don't start him. He did good enough to make me a champion. Aaron.
Oh, you hit the one. You hit the 3 out of 10 game.
Yeah, you're like you'll never hit.
You
I'm like, all right. The best part. Here's the best thing. I think we actually edited one of those, and I didn't. No, I didn't have enough time to change it. That's the best part. Like,
yeah.
I had so many lineups, I didn't get the time to change the one. I mean,
God, now I'm like,
I always do initial look, and then usually it's just. I'm like
stuck at forward though. I'm really stuck at forward today because there's like Chris Middleton. I like Chris Middleton. I like Marvin Bagley, and I like Bobby Portis. But I like Chris Duarte. Like if the Pacers guys are gone too. So apparently Pat Connaughton's at least starting because I got some update that's
let's hit the guards.
What?
So let's hit the guards first, and we can discuss them. Then we can discuss the forwards. Since you're stuck on.
I'm trying to look and see who's starting for Milwaukee. So it doesn't look like DiVincenzo's starting.
Like
so is Nwora? Is Nwora starting? Hold on. I'm trying to look this up because like FanDuel's got it updated, but nobody else does yet. Who the fuck's starting? They're doing that fucking. Yeah, that's what it is. So they're starting Drew Holiday, George Hill, Pat Connaughton, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis. Why? I guess you can. Holiday's in play now.
Oh, he is? Yeah, don't tell me that.
Starting. He's starting.
Don't you tell me that.
He's fine.
Don't you put this evil on me, Ricky Bobby, because I'm going to have to start him because you know he's my guy.
Yeah, so that's the news I was waiting for. So I'm going to update my core on my channel real quick.
His assists, man. This is what I like about him right here. This is what I like about him right here.
What is it? I'm not looking at
assists.
Assist.
He'll have those big assist games.
You know what I like about him? He plays defense.
He's gonna make his threes too.
You know what I like about him? He plays defense. Nobody plays defense in the NBA anymore.
Yeah, rebounds. He's got a lot of rebounds too. Blocks. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's going. He's going in the lineup. He's going in the lineup. Convinced me. Drew.
I'm playing kind of now.
There's 3 holidays in the NBA, right? They're all brothers.
Yeah, they're all brothers. And last year, 2 of them.
It's Justin, Drew, and
Aaron.
2 of them played together, right? At one point.
Yeah, they played on the Pacers last year together.
Yeah. What's his name? What's his brother's name? It's Justin, Drew,
Aaron.
and
Aaron.
Okay, yeah.
You don't listen.
Or my internet's just terrible.
Could be that too.
Dude.
Middleton and Connaughton.
Do we play both holidays today?
Probably not. I mean, so
Justin really has to hit, man. He has to. I mean, with that 1.7, he has to have one of these. Where's his game? He's had big games right here.
He had that one big game.
But I thought he had another one.
Hey, I have a couple every once in a while, but like it just depends. Like he really just depends if Brogdon and LeVert plays. And at that point, I'd just rather play Chris Duarte at 1.6 at forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it.
We are going to.
So I feel like what I'm going to do in my lineups at forward is I'm going to do Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, Marvin Bagley, and then probably put Mobley at center. And then I'm going to switch that around and just take Bagley out and put Chris Duarte at forward and Mobley still at center. Now that we're talking about it, I'm going to do it in one of my lineups.
Yeah, I mean, I have Portis. I mean, you can't go away from Portis and Middleton.
I still have this feeling like, I don't know. I just feel like LeVert's going to play tonight. So I'm just keeping him in my lineup. Let's see, and add new lineup. So I want Chris Middleton. So I'm doing Chris Middleton, Chris Duarte. Why the heck is Richaun Holmes not center eligible? Why? Like he'd be an okay center today too. Like I guess I'll put Goga in this one too. Goga for Goga. I think I made that joke on my channel last year, and I don't like that I'm doing it
again. Goga for Goga.
Yeah, go.
All right, this is
no, that's what it was. Go get Goga.
Go get Goga.
That's what you got there.
Yeah.
So what you got so far? So you got Garland, Holiday, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yep.
And then Portis, Duarte, Middleton. What? Who's the last one?
Oh, I'm gonna go Mobley here. This is the one we're doing with Mobley.
Yeah. Well, wait. You got Goga in that one, right?
No, we're doing Mobley in this one. We'll
probably no. Who do you have? Who do you have right now?
I put it Mobley in.
Oh, that's fine. I was just gonna say because like one of the ones I built. So one of the ones I built, I put Duarte and Goga together because they're probably like if you want Duarte, you probably want Goga in the same lineup because that's probably means like Levert and Brogdon are both out. Like there's some good correlation at least. It's not like they're fighting each other. Fucking Drew Holiday. So I have 2 lineups now. Let's see. Hold on. Looks like De'Aaron Fox is not starting anymore. So is Halliburton, Davis, Barnes, Bagley, Holmes. So De'Aaron Fox is a late scratch due to an ankle injury. So yeah, you can play Terrence Davis now. You can play Buddy Hield now. You probably play Davion Mitchell now too. After everything I just said about Halliburton coming back and those guys not being as good, they're okay. And Halliburton looks decent now too. I probably play some Halliburton.
Maybe we'll have to see if we have any more lineups we can play.
So let's see. Whatever lineup I just built, I'm taking whoever that last guard was out and putting Halliburton in. Because, yeah. Is it a little risky? Maybe.
I'm playing Garland everywhere, though. Garland is because this one I'm going to do Chris Paul. Because I don't have Chris Paul in the other one. Chris Paul, Garland, and Halliburton.
So, yeah.
Put Mobley in at center.
There's still 27 spots left in the $1 tournament.
Yeah, let's zip this one and we can get goofy with the next one. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna. While you're messing with that, I'm updating my DraftKings too. So what do you have so far? You have Chris Paul, Darius Garland. Who do you have? You have Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton.
Paul, Garland, Halliburton, Middleton, Portis, and Mobley. And
yeah,
then,
play.
I can just put Mobley in forward and throw in.
No. Play Marvin Bagley.
What's his multiplier? Oh, okay.
Like 1.75. A lot. What's his multiplier?
We got Chris
That's
Paul.
all.
We got Garland, Halliburton at guard, and then we went Middleton, Portis, Bagley at forward, and then Mobley, Evan, the man.
Yeah, probably should play one lineup with Jared Allen just because. Ooh, I kind of like this DraftKings lineup now. Chris Paul, Tyrese Halliburton, Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley, Bobby Portis, Chris Duarte, Pat Connaughton, and Goga. That sounds pretty good to me. I'll take that. That's the winner right there. Gonna win the quarter today. Not a quarter. The quarter, like the quarter contest, not. So let me see where I was at. Is Duarte? God, where's Duarte eligible on FanDuel? God, he's only. Hold on. This is gonna kill me now.
Hey, if you guys want me to play anybody, just throw their names out. I'm for sure gonna play them for you. I mean,
yep.
You saw last night, dude. Nigel, I played a whole lineup for him.
Yes, sir, Mr. Nigel.
And I'm not even mad that didn't hit. You know what? I like the experiment. I like the experiment. It's one of my new things. We're gonna do a one lineup for at least if somebody calls out a lineup, I'll set it for you. How about that? This will be a new thing.
So I need Duarte, and I need to get rid of Torrey Craig. And this one. And I need to kill $800. How does one get rid of $800?
I know how.
I know a lot of ways, but
shit, man.
You know what
I'm so mad. Last night. Let's talk about last night. Can't do that. I gotta live in the present, not the past.
Yeah. Like I said, the one NFL one in the free contest on DraftKings, if I would play that like every other contest, we got top 10.
Yeah.
So
it hurts.
It's usually the little ones that you win, and then you're like, well, if this was in the big one, then you play the big one, and then you lose $100. So that's the important thing about DFS too. You have to have a system and stick to it. So like if you're playing $20 every night, you stay playing $20 every night. You don't just have like one good night and then be like, oh, I'm going to play $400 the next night.
Yeah. Then
that's how you get in trouble. Yep.
I usually will play like my limit's usually like $10, but like if I get a little frisky, I mean, I'll get out there and I'll play a $20 one.
So Cavaliers starting lineups in. So it's Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, Lauren Markman, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. So normal. Something's
I think
normal.
we just switch this lineup, and I'll throw Booker in this lineup. I had Chris Paul in the other one. We'll do Booker in this lineup.
Okay.
I've got Garland almost in every game. It's just the consistency.
I'd have a decent amount of exposure to him, but I wouldn't have him like everything because like.
All right, then we'll take him out of this one, and maybe I'll just do Drew.
I mean, there's so many guys. So now that Fox is not playing, you got Halliburton, you got Drew Holiday, you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you got Darius Garland, you got Chris Paul, and Devin Booker. They're all in the same category essentially. So any of those 6 guys you could play and be all right. Like any of those 6 guys could be the top scoring like guard out of that group. And then you throw in the wrench. You throw in the wrench too. If Brogdon or LeVert plays, they could also be in that group too. So like there's a group of 6 to 8 guys tonight that all could be vying for that like top spot essentially. And I wouldn't be surprised if any one of them was the top guy. Like I don't know. I really like Halliburton now though.
Well, I got him in there. So for my guards, then I went Booker, Holiday, and Halliburton.
Yep.
And then I got Duarte in there. And do we just? Let's go Mobley. Let's go Mobley and Middleton. And you know I like Porter, so fuck. It's so hard to come off him. His multiplier is though it did go up, which sucks.
Yeah, it went up a little while ago, but like the fact that Giannis is out kind of evens that out too. And it's a small slate.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like Middleton's. I feel like 0.2 is a lot, though. 0.2 is a lot.
2.5.
Well, 0.2 between the two. 0.2 between the. 0.2 is a lot of points.
Not worried.
Middleton.
I mean, I'm playing both in most of my lineups. I expect a lot of people to play both. They don't really hurt each other tonight, so I'm not too worried.
Let me go Mobley. Or Jared and Allen here.
Hey, we need to play at least one lineup with Allen in it just because like he can still go for like 50 points on any given night. He's just not been doing like as great lately, but the upside's always there. Like it's just not going to go away because it's like he's a good player and he plays a lot of minutes.
No, I read this one out then.
Hold on.
Yeah,
let's see. Let me make this bigger again. So Devin Booker 1.2, Drew Holiday 1.25, Tyrese Halliburton 1.3, Chris Duarte 1.6. Let's see. Chris Middleton 1.25, Bobby Portis 1.45, Jared Allen 1.25. I wonder how my football lineup's doing. Mine was mostly it's probably not doing that well though, just because most of my guys are in the 49ers Packers game.
If you got some prize picks, man, you can call them out, man. I'm all for it.
I didn't really look at prize picks today or like very much. So I can look real quick. I was just looking at this football real quick though.
I'm gonna get on it tomorrow. Yeah.
So AJ Brown's doing it.
Yeah, I have him in. I think I have him in as my flex.
Yeah, because the only people I played out of this game was Derrick Henry, T. Higgins, and AJ Brown.
Shit, it's just what's killing me, man. This fucking Tanny.
What?
Tannehill's killing me.
Rondo's out. Rajon Rondo's out again tonight, so Garland looks like Garland's upside is not capped anymore. Let's put it that way. I can't say he looks better. It's just his assist upside is not capped because when Rondo's on the floor, he gets assists too. So, but yeah, I think this is a fun slate on it. I think this is a fun, interesting slate, but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like it was better than I thought. Better than yesterday's stinky slate. Even though we did well. I complain about it. But
it's gonna be the death of me, I'll tell you, man. Tannehill's gonna be the death of me.
Yep.
He's got 12 points now, but fuck, he needs to get another touchdown.
See, I don't know. I was just like,
Derrick Henry's mediocre. AJ Brown's tearing it up, but Derrick Henry's doing mediocre. Uzomah's the guy at it.
What was Tannehill's ownership percentage?
19.
19. What was Burrows?
Let me see what Burrows. I can tell you Burrows too. I can tell you Burrows because first in first place I think has Burrows.
Probably.
No, all right, Burrows is
let's see, it was
what? Don't tell you.
47. Okay, that's good. That's good. Person in second.
That's really good.
Okay, so that's good.
But...
No, that's good for me.
Mm-hmm. What you got Rodgers?
Yeah, I played Aaron Rodgers. I'm just like,
you got Rodgers?
Yeah. So
we
got 19. So we got 19 plus 47 is 64. So Aaron Rodgers is probably like 30% because it's like I don't think more than 6% of people are going to play Jimmy G. Let's put it that way.
Man, if anybody plays Jimmy G, they're crazy, man. Who'd you play at tight end? You played Kittle?
Yeah, I played Kittle. Like everybody else sucks. It's like you play Kittle or you play Uzomah. Or you pray to God that Ferkser or Swain gets the touchdown.
Yeah, that's what I had Ferkser in for my girl just because if he gets a touchdown, that's a two-time multiplier. I mean,
we're hyping him up because he scored 2 times, or he scored the past 2 weeks. But I'm like, Ferkser sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, your upside is what? I mean, Kittle has crazy upside, but it's gonna be cold. I'm gonna tell you that it's gonna be fucking cold in Green.
I know it's an hour away.
Is it snowing there?
It did last night. Might tonight, maybe.
It's snowing here right now. I'm telling you right now, it's snowing. It's supposed to snow all day tomorrow too, so it's gonna be snowing there.
Don't talk about that.
It's snowing here. I'm telling you right now, it's snowing here right now, and it's supposed to be snowing all night and into tomorrow. So
yeah, the worst thing today was when I was driving into town. There was big old wind gusts and there's blowing snow all over the road.
Yeah, I mean, there's big wind gusts in Green Bay today. That's gonna be. That's why I said I feel like Aaron Rodgers might not have to do anything tonight. I mean, I feel like he might. They let the defense just roll house because the defense has actually been doing okay and run the ball.
He's gonna have to do something tonight.
Yeah,
if he doesn't have to do something tonight, they're gonna lose the game.
I don't know. Do you think it's going to be a run? I think both teams are going to be running the ball. Elijah Mitchell's going to be running the shit out of the ball. It's going to be cold, man.
Yeah,
Jimmy G. It's going to be Elijah Mitchell and Debo show. That's what it's going to be. And it's going to be most of it running. Or short passes.
I didn't even play Debo. I went
run
different.
The ball. He's still running the ball. You want Ayuk?
Yeah, I played Ayuk and I played T. Higgins over Jamar Chase because I want to get different. Like, because I played Aaron Rodgers and I played Kittle and I played like Derrick Henry and I played like Elijah Mitchell. So like all these guys are going and AJ Brown. So I'm like, most of those guys should be chalky. So I'm like, I got to get a little different somewhere.
Uzma.
Nah.
Everyone's playing. I just told you 19%, right?
No, you told me that was for Tannehill.
Let me look at his then.
Shit. Hold on.
No, 35%. 35%.
For Uzma?
That's actually pretty a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Uzama. I
wonder what the Titans Uzma. Uzama.
Ferkser?
Yeah, Ferkser and Swain.
Secret of the Uzama.
Everybody's got Uzama.
Or Kittle.
All the top people have CJ.
I'll just look at my girl. Where's my girl? Hold on.
You put Ferkser
just wait. Just let me log out real quick. Log out a lot of my chicks.
Hey, somebody there played Deontay Foreman.
What?
People are idiots. They're like, oh, they put like T. Higgins down their flex spot. I'm like, do you not play fantasy football? You still got guys remaining? I don't know. I can't find any with Titans tight ends.
Let's see. Yeah, as I said, wait till I'll go to my girls because that's what I put in hers. Hers is mostly the night game. Ferkser, 3.4% owned. He has nothing, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, so Kittle's gonna be like 60%. Because nobody play. No, who the hell's gonna play Josiah DeGuara? So David said Tannehill just threw a touchdown to Brown.
Yes. Don't you tell me this stuff because I'm gonna get excited. I got AJ Brown as my flex. That's what I put him as.
What a noob.
What?
Should put you gotta put him in the wide receiver spot.
Why?
It's like playing a flex on Thursday Night Football.
What?
It's like putting a player in your Thursday Night Football player in the flex spot. You put the early game in the regular spot.
I
needed
AJ Brown. AJ Brown, I needed him to understand that, hey, buddy, you need to step it up. So I'm not putting you as a starter. You're a flex guy. And he's like, okay, I understand that. And he came out and showed it out, didn't he? Yes, sir. I don't know. Stupid logic.
Yeah. You want to wrap this thing up?
Yeah. So just so you guys remember, let me get out of here. Just so you guys remember, tomorrow night, we're not going to have a show tomorrow night. My man's here doing some things. You got a girl now. I like that. Appreciate that. But I hope you have a great night tomorrow.
Yep.
Hope you treat her like a lady.
Yep.
But just remember, make sure you guys get this is what I was doing in the background. So tell them where to find you.
Yeah, so Coach Craig Sport on Twitter, Coach Craig Sports on YouTube. Let's see, patreon.com/Coach Craig Sports, and then Coach Craig Sports on SportsMe as well. I may or may not have a video in the morning for DraftKings and FanDuel. Haven't decided yet. Probably depends on when I wake up, honestly.
That's all right.
Or when I go to bed.
Take a little break. Take a little break, man.
Yeah.
Sunday fun day, right? You're gonna have a little fun. Yeah, I mean, it's nice for us to take a little break. But we're gonna still have some information out there. I'm still gonna do some work. My man's here still gonna do some work. We're gonna have stuff for you guys, at least so you know. Just pay attention to the injuries. Pay attention to lineups. Just remember, this is basketball. Shit gets crazy, right? It's way different than football. Things can happen as 3 minutes in the game. Just
like I said, there's already a bunch of injuries for tomorrow. But even if you just go on RotoWire, Google RotoWire NBA lineups, and you can find all the injuries at the beginning of the day. If you follow Fantasy Labs, was it Fantasy Labs NBA or something like that on Twitter, they post a bunch of updates throughout the day too. So, those are a couple of the places I get a lot of my information from too. So you can definitely follow them.
There's another website called The Line, because that's what I was looking up for golf, and they have everything. I think it's called The Line.
I don't know that one, but
yeah, because I was looking up shit for golf, and I went to their main page and shit, and I think it had everything for every sport. So I was like, oh, all right. I'll have to look more into that and give you some more details. But anyways, you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at JCMoneyDesign. If you have any questions about anything with SuperDraft Pro, hit me up, hit Craig up, because we're going to be able to help you with anything you have. Obviously, we've been winning a lot of money on this platform. So it's if you need any information, either one of us can help you. Make sure you're following us both on YouTube, Coach Craig Sports, for my man here, Craig. YouTube for me is JC Money Design. But that's it. I mean, we won't be here tomorrow, but we'll be back on Monday. I'll be on in the morning with Hustler. We're gonna be doing the pregame show, and then we'll obviously be doing some watching with the game. But yeah, it's always a grind. We're always out here for the people.
Go out and win some money.
Yeah, go out and win some money. Let's win some money tonight, and we'll see what happens. All right, peace out, everybody.